Hello guys, standard 6, chapter number 7, things around us. Okay guys, let's do the revision of this chapter. So, before we start, our first topic is the characteristics of living things. So here it is first one, levels of organization. So first we discuss about the cell. So cell is the smallest living structure. When group of more cells join together, it form a tissue, right? And when group of tissues join together, it forms an organ. Same when group of organ, if we discuss about organ, so it is lungs, heart, stomach, liver, kidney, brain. So these all are joined together to make a organ system. As for example, if we discuss about the organ system like respiratory system, digestive system, circulatory system, and these all are called as the organ system, nerve system. But when this all the organ system join together, it forms, it is called as organisms, like all the living things, right? But here organisms are made up of two. If it is made up of only one cell, it is called as unicellular organism. But if organisms are made up of several cells, so it is called as multicellular organisms, right? Now second one is feeding. So all the plants and animals need to eat some food for energy. So the organisms which can manufacture their own food by photosynthesis process is called as autotrophs, like plant. But the organisms which cannot manufacture their own food, it is called as heterotrophs, right? They depend on other animals for the food. Now respiration. This is the process by which energy will be released during the breakdown of food. So this is the process where oxygen will be used to release the energy, and when the food will be broken down in simpler substances and energy will be released, and carbon dioxide will also be released. This is called as respiration process. Now respiration process is done by the stomata. During the day stomata will open, and during the night stomata will be closed. So when stomata opens, there will be exchanges of gases, and there will be loss of water through the stomata. This loss of water, it is called as transpiration process. Now growth and development. As we know that a little child, first when it borns, it will grow by the physical growth. It becomes like a child, then a young boy, then last adult, then old man, and then it is death. In the same way, in plant is also like same. First of all, by seed, it grows in a baby plant, then herbs, then shrubs, then tree. Now, response to stimuli. So, due to the change of the environment, whatever changes will be done in an organism, it is called as response and stimuli. As for example, there is touch me not plant, right? When we touch to the touch me not plant, the leaves of this plant will be curled up. So our touch is called as stimuli or stimulus, and curling of leaves are called as response. Now, movement. So organisms need to move for the in search of food. So animals move from the one place to the another place, right? So here example is given of sandbox. So here seeds of the sandbox move from the plant, and where new plants will grow due to the movement of seed. Now it is reproduction. So animals reproduce their kind of the new ones, right? If you discuss about, so there are few animals, mammals, so they give born to the baby of the same kind of organism, right? If we discuss about plant, so here is the example of ब्रेफिलम. So ब्रेफिलम की सरफेस के ऊपर, from the edge of the ब्रेफिलम there is little baby plants, new plants will grow, from where there will be the multiplication of the plant, right? Where new leaves, from where new plants will arise. Then excretion. What is the meaning of excretion? Excretion, that means removing of waste like gum, resin from the plant. And if we discuss in human, so by sweat, by carbon dioxide gas, in the solid liquid form by urine. So human body excrete their waste by solid, liquid and gaseous form. Now, definite lifespan. So all the humans or plants, animals, they have fixed time. The time between the birth and death is called as the lifespan. So different kinds of the animals have different types of the different lifespan. If we discuss about tortoise, so it can live till 200 to 300 years. If we discuss about humans, so it is average 100 years. So this is called as the lifespan and death. Now, ecosystem, in which all the plants, animals, living things, non-living things, which will be covered, right? So this is called as the ecosystem, where vital components, that means all the living things are included in it. Then a vital component, non-living things like air, soil, sunlight, water, wind, this is called as abiotic components. So now, how only biotic components are, interacted with each other. So first of all, if we discuss about plant and animal, so as we know, plants are called as the autotrophs, which manufacture their food by photosynthesis process, right? And the consumers, so there are consumers, that means it is called as heterotrophs. So here heterotrophs, that means which depends on other for the food. So it is divided into herbivores, carnivores and omnivores. Then scavengers and decomposers. So scavengers, that means this is one type of like vulture and hyena. What they will do? They eat the remaining parts of the meat, of the flesh, which has been already eaten by carnivores, right? Then decomposers. So it is the bacteria which break down the dead particles, dead bodies of plant and animals into simpler substances and mixes in the soil. So here bacteria, that means decomposers, are very much helpful for the recycling of nutrients. Now, how abiotic components are interacted with the biotic components. So here, if we discuss about temperature, so there is difference in temperature on the surface of Earth at North Pole or at equator. So here different kinds of the animals are surviving, right? So animals are divided into two parts. First one, cold-blooded animal, that means the animals whose body temperature does not change with the whose body temperature will change with the change of outside temperature, and the animals whose body temperature change with does not change with the change in outside temperature is called as warm-blooded animals. So as for example, humans, most of the mammals whose body temperature does not change with the change of outside temperature, right? So this is called as warm-blooded animals. Now, air and wind. So in air there are several gases like oxygen, carbon dioxide, which is also helpful for the photosynthesis process, right? Which is interacted with plant, and for the respiration process oxygen is required. So this is also interacted with each other, right? And wind, due to the wind plant can disperse their seed. So wind is also helpful. It is also interacted with biotic component. Now soil. So plant can grow in soil, right? So ultimately plant is dependent on soil because soil contains so many minerals, nutrients. So here plant is interacted with soil. Water. So water is essential component for human, for plant and animals. So automatically it is interacted with, that means the water is abiotic component. So here water a biotic component which is interacted with biotic component like plant and animals. Now it is light. So by the sunlight, all the plants can manufacture their own food by photosynthesis process, and by the light, birds can sense the change in season and it can migrate. And due to the sunlight, whatever plants which are in water, which can also grow, right, which can also manufacture the food. So in this way is all the biotic components and abiotic components are already interacted with each other. Okay guys, thank you, have a nice day.